Oh, good evening, everyone. Today is Friday, December 27th, 2024. It's actually been like a really packed day. So this morning I originally woke up at like 9, probably. Dude, I forgot to fill my water bottle last night. It was the worst. It was the worst. I do not recommend it. Always sleep with water. So, this morning I woke up at like 9. I just had some like weird dreams, dude, like superpower dreams. It was crazy. And I was like, I'm not getting up at 9. So I went back to bed, woke up at 10. Woke up at 8. And I was like, hey, babe, just wanted to remind you, like, we have our insurance thing at 11. And she was like, why do you only give me an hour to prepare? And I was like, an hour? Like, you knew that was days ago. And she was like, I meant the day of. And I was like, okay, buddy. Like, I'm going to go to our bank and I'm going to deposit our checks. You can just then get ready. And so I got ready and she was like, wait for me. I will go with you. And I was like, okay, cool. We go to the bank. Bro, he's just so good. Ferrero Rocher. One of my favorite candy of all time. Go to the bank, deposit our checks, pulled out rent, paid rent. Learned while we were at the bank that the guy from Saturday, the weird dude who was mobbing around Caldwell and threatened to mob me up, would hit the bank as well and was like being weird, asking for free money, borderline like robbing the place. And they were all freaked out by it and were telling us the story and everything. So that was a fun time. And then we left. I just made that, by the way. I'm the best. And then we left, went home. On the way home, man, I was like, I hungry. And I was like, what do you want? McDonald's. So we got McDonald's before our insurance thing. An insurance thing was actually like really good. So I got to meet Eric, the owner of Insurer's wife, Lucy. Lucy was actually really cool. And she showed us our first ever like client presentation. So we got to learn a bit more about the company, about the partners, about all the contracts that we can get with other insurance companies that we can sell for, right? And there was two things during the appointment that I actually really liked about her. The first thing, like the most obvious thing, she's so good at like redirecting back onto the sale. Like I'm a really easy person to derail, and she was like like every time. So there was a point where we were talking about selling tobacco insurance versus like non-tobacco insurance. So it's like much cheaper rate if you don't smoke cigarettes. And probably like 8 minutes after the conversation, we're 45 minutes past our hard stop, and we're just talking, answering questions. And all I see is her doing this and just like a little bit of yellow, like a yellow piece in there, and then she like does this and blows it away and like keeps going like nothing happened. And I would like kind of let it sit there, kind of let it sit there, and like probably 11 seconds later, we're just like, "Did you see that vape?" And she was like, not really caught off guard by it, but like kind of, and was just like, "Oh yeah, it's because we're like this is vape kind of blah 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 da 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 whatever," and literally it was just like, "Oh haha, so funny to notice." I was like, "Do you do that like during appointments, or is that just like because we're also agents?" And she was like, "Oh, it's because you're agents and I'm over or whatever." And then she was just like, "So yeah, if you look over here, the medical versus the non-medical is very," and I was just like, "Whoa, that was crispy." Like the way she was just like over here, over here, over here. All right. So as you can see, like seamless, dude. Like one seamless turn. I was just like, okay, Lucy, you know what you're doing. And she did make it very like comprehensible to get to all the places, do all the things, and made it seem very easy and like showed the value really well for a lot of things. It was really, really impressive. And then gosh, there were two other things, and I'm spacing them right now. What was the other one? She was writing stuff down like on a piece of paper, and I don't know if she had like a filled out sheet with like spaces or was just using like a blank sheet, but she was actually like really really good at like redirecting us. Or no, wait, what am I talking about? She was real. I already said redirecting. She was really really good. I need to redirect. She was really really good at remembering information because she wrote it down. And so if like date of birth, middle name, middle initial, how much in coverage, child rider, yes or no. And it was all those things, and I don't know if she was freehanding it or not, but it was like actually like a really good habit to be in. And I was like, it's kind of cool. It's kind of stylish. I might steal that one, right? Um, Third thing was there was a point where Eric got on just very briefly to explain something like a little bit more in depth, and she went through it seamlessly, dude. Like switching out person is kind of hard to do mid appointment, and just so he can get like more clarification on things. Flawless, like really impressive. And I was just like, dude, that's so cool. So it got me kind of fired up about Ventura. After that, probably 1:30ish, my mom starts making macaroni salad, so I go and I prep the onions, the ham, and the pickles, chop it all up. She does the pasta. We kind of duo it. It was pretty cool. Um, uh, I'm off my Ritalin, if you can't tell. That's that redirect, bro. Right back into the beatbox. Um, yeah, so we finish up on that. My mom had me go buy lottery tickets for the first time in my life. It was ridiculous. There's no way any of them are winners. So funny to me. Um, then right after that's probably like 4:30, and Anna was like, "Okay, let's watch Vampire Diaries." So we finished Vampire Diaries season 4 and started the originals. I'm already gonna really like the show. Like it's really an interesting show. I'm really gonna dig the originals. And then so after while we were doing the originals, we were folding all of our clothes. So we had like 3 clothespins out there, and I was just going through everything, shoving all our socks in a drawer, all my socks in a drawer, organized all my shorts and everything. And then yeah, so we finished watching the originals, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go work out and shower. I went and played video games for a little while. Then I went and worked out, and then I showered. And now I was like, okay, if I don't record a video all day, I'm gonna regret it. So I gotta record one right now. Here I am. Yeah, that's been the day. Dude, I'm filling this bad boy up before I go to bed tonight. That was not fun. Not doing that again. Uh, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna do my car parts. Alright, I have it written down. So I need to find a valve gasket, a valve cover for my engine, and then an engine air filter. And I don't know what that's, if it's just air filter. We'll find out. And then I really want to give people calls tomorrow, dude. Like I've been wanting to connect with people more. So I really want to give Josue a call, Anthony a call, Jared, and Austin Jones. And I've been thinking about Austin Jones specifically because of this daily thought that I had of like religion can be so toxic for people, especially when you're young and growing up, and like you kind of have this idea of what you want society to be like and how do they want to behave, and if it ends up conflicting with your religious practices, like not even like the religious culture, like if you were raised in a Christian culture, you could vehemently disagree with Christian practices and still believe in God like I do. Like I believe communion and prayer are fine, and I think that all the Christian involvement in the political state of the world is ridiculous, completely absurd. And I don't like that it's so common for Christian figures to take Christian beliefs into the political power system. And it doesn't make any sense. Like it kind of puts people in like this moral high ground, but the moral high ground is being a godly person, like being closer to God by emulating Him. Like they talk about how Jesus was so giving and so kind and so selfless and so free of sin, and then they go and do sinful things. God will forgive me. Yeah, yeah. God will forgive me, dude. I'm good. Jesus did not get involved in the political state of the world. Like it just did. He didn't. If you're using any religion as a basis of war or politics, you're already done, bro. Like it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And I think that it can be so toxic that it kind of becomes ridiculous. And where religion, all that acceptance is now exclusive. And I think it's really easy for things to slip into exclusivity. But yeah, and I still think that church is one of the few places in America where you can have a free community now. And you don't have to, like, pay to talk to people. There's no, like, consumer stuff there. Like, yeah, you can buy a donut or coffee, but it's not like Like Christian churches, most of them don't require tithes. So you can go talk and meet with people for free. Get your kids involved in things with other people for free. And it's a good place. Like I like my church, but every church is so different, dude. And the people are what make it. Like it's just like work. The people are what make the job. The people are what make the church. If the church doesn't have good people, it's not going to be a good church. And that's just that. But, I hope religion does become much more inclusive in the future in all areas of the world. Because no matter what God you believe in, He made you just as much as He made the guy you're fighting. And if you don't believe in a God, you're a part of the same universe. And if you don't believe that there's a universe out there, you're a part of the same planet. Like you're both experiencing life. We're all in this together, dude. But yeah, hope everyone had a wonderful day and a good evening.